garu, registered VVIT University, and immediate past chairman of AP State Center, Dr. C.V. Sriram garu, and Dr. Kalyan garu, advisor IA Student Chapter, VVIT University, and extra partner for today's function, Chandani Madam, co-founder of Evera, and managing director of Chandana Brothers, and today's chief guest and keynote speaker, Dr. Venkatramana garu, founder and director of Evera, e-mobility and battery energy management systems, Nuna, and wonderful faculty and dear students. Good morning to you all. I am very happy to be a part of this particular program, and I strongly believe that this type of programs, the resource persons like Venkatramana garu from industry will help for us to bridge the gap between industry and academics. So the practical exposure has a lot of experience and exposure, particularly in electric vehicles. As you know, there is a huge demand of right now requirement of the electric vehicles regarding the climatic impact is concerned. Okay, so police to be reduced in that particular aspect. This is a good initiative. So we from IAAP State Center and VVIT University, so we appreciate for your initiative, sir, launching of electric vehicles in particular capital region. And at the outset, I thank our chief guest and Chandani Madam for accepting our invitation and sharing his vast experience and knowledge, particularly in electric vehicles to the VVIT students. And also I thank the management and the register, sir, for their continued support and cooperation to organize such type of events in our campus. And special thanks to the IA team for making all these arrangements. Okay. And thank you, and happy learning.
Thank you, sir, for your valuable speech. Now I invite Dr. C.H. Nagasai Kalyan garu, advisor, VVIT University, IA Student Chapter, to address the gathering.
Respected dignitaries on the dais, co-faculty members, my dear students, good morning once again. And so we know the main objective of conducting this kind of lectures is to create awareness among you, and today's theme is energy conservation and the climatic changes impact. So why? Because energy conservation is not just requirement, it is our responsibility. So it is having a prominent role so in achieving the sustainable future energy goals. So in this regard, my dear students, I just advise you to grab as much as content from these lectures. And finally, I would like to thank today's guest, so Venkatramana garu and Chandani Madam from the Avera group, and Registrar garu for giving the necessary permissions, and management for providing all the necessary infrastructure, and lastly my student coordinators for their well organizing this all the necessary arrangements. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, for your valuable speech. Now I invite Dr. C.V. Sriram garu, FIE, immediate past chairman, IA, AP State Center, to share his valuable thoughts.
Good morning, all. Distinguished dignitaries on the dais, founders of Evera, Venkatramana garu and Chandani Madam, Honorable Registrar Sir Malkalpedi garu, our beloved Honorable Secretary, Professor A.V. Naresh Babu garu, Head of the Department VVIT, and coordinator of this event. So I am very happy and delighted to address you all on this August gathering about the World Environment Day. So as you know, this was being conducted by the Institution of Engineering as well as association with VVIT. So this is an activity totally done, organized and conducted by the student chapter. So what is the relevance and the significance of these student chapters in an organization? So the main emphasis is to make the students be part and parcel of conducting several activities like technical events, seminars, workshops, exhibitions, and so forth. So I request all the student members to actively engage in such kind of activities and volunteer some programs so that you will be very active and dynamic. And most of the graduates who have been coming out, and you should have an additional advantage, an additional mile. So you always perform such activities, get a certificate of participation, be voluntary in most of the activities, events, conduct several programs, so that this would be very much useful for you in the future, whether you go abroad or you go for some jobs. Because everyone is having BTech degree in electrical and electronics engineering, BVIT. What extra mile you have, that should be always projected. So basic things are like certificate of appreciations for conducting several activities or doing some programs like corona activities or supporting the community. These additional things will help you out while you go for further studies. Like if you are going for an US or Australia or Canada, whatever maybe. So like it will be asked in your DS 160 or application in visa. So what are the additional things you have? So apart to the technical education, like you may be having technical papers, representing some journals in seminars, patents. So all these will carry good weightage. So I request you all to actively engage in your college activities so that you will have that extra niche area of interest which will give you more opportunities. So because we are Pan India, so all budding engineers are the breath of India now. So you should take the advantage of it. And you should know the significance of such important days, like what is the importance today? The program that is conducted is, why we are conducting this day? To create awareness about energy conservation. What is conservation? Spending or saving? Saving, yes. We have to save energy because we have to give it to our future generations. So we can't exhaust it. So that's the reason we conduct these conservation the energy conservation days to drive all. Particularly, we are interested to drive the students. So some activities are inevitable now. So we request you to take a survey, or you drive through the agricultural fields or nearest industries, or some sectors like water transportation sector, communication sector, some industries, okay, agricultural. All these sectors are of interest for your future progress. So okay, keep in touch with all of them. So you know about this Bureau of Energy Efficiency, which is a standard organization that gives you these energy efficiency standards for all the items. So coming to some thrust areas for your future advantage and relevance. So what are the most thrust areas which are been progressing now? So EV is on the top. Electric vehicles and mobility is the thrust area, crux area for development for particularly electrical and electronics engineering students. And what are the other areas? Like you can also concentrate on net zero concepts, wind energy, solar energy. What is the other name for solar energy? Renewable energy. So renewable energy has a lot of sub branches. So you can concentrate or you can pick something interesting for you in one of these areas. So net zero, sustainability, service specifically about the sustainability and ecology. So a lot of potential is there in different areas, in different domains. You can pick one sector of your interest and excel in that. So considering an case study, small example, like what is the requirement of an industry? Like I am a small industrialist, with a technocrat running an industry. What would be my requirement? I want to spend more on energy, or I want a less electricity bill or higher bill. Always I want to have less electricity bill. What does my production people think? They want to produce more. They want to produce more productivity is their demand. What is the thinking of the maintenance department? To reduce energy, less frequent breakdowns and all. So different sectors have plans and things to progress. So all this, the main thing is we have to manage the energy. Energy management should be there. You should have good audit of the energy, how much is spent. We should spend it wisely. We should not waste our energy. It should be used in optimum way. So if you can see several sectors, like if we take a small home, in a home, what are the different tips to conserve or to save? I say, so what generally what we use these days? Solar, rooftops are used. Government is insisting to have percolation pits. What are percolation pits? What is the necessity of this percolation pit? To save, recharge the groundwater and get it back. So already lot of the things have been happening, like if we see the present day situation, like we want to reduce fossil fuels, greenhouse emissions, and we have to reduce the losses in grids as well as transmission lines. So all these several areas you have to tap and get opportunities in this. The same way, one more important generalized topic is to reduce the plastics. So this plastic reduction is also one important area for your future. So we have been observing this industry for the past 30 years. I want to finish my talk with a small example. So while I was studying BTech, I'm of the same age, I remember those golden days at this moment. We used to have one scooter, Bajaj Chetak. Have you ever heard about Bajaj Chetak? Your parents or whatever might have seen it. So what is the specialization of that Bajaj Chetak scooter? Starting it is very difficult. We need rocket science to start that scooter itself. As well as while kicking it used to give a opposite reverse force, so that it harms our legs. So that scooter we used to have. So it generated a lot of pollution. After kick-starting it gives big pollution. Starting it is difficult, mileage is not there, big sound. That was the fate. We have ride the same scooter for 30 years. The greatness of that scooter is, if you consider an electric vehicle, you just have just with a tap, with a blink, you are starting the electric vehicle. Very smooth it is going. It is not having any emissions. So opposite to that, in contrary to that, our Bajaj scooter, this is the scooter position. We have to tilt it 45 degrees to start it. Then make it to the original position, then kick it. It harms our body, then it starts and creates pollution. So rapid change. Now you see electric vehicles, very fascinating, amazing to see them. So that was the development always. You have a lot of scope for future development. Please wish you all the best for your future activities.
Thank you, sir, for your valuable speech. Now I invite Dr. Y. Mallikarjun Reddy Garu, SIE Registered Medianity University, to address the gathering.
So good morning, dear students. Respected dignitaries in the left, today, and IT, Institute of Engineers. I think most of you know what is the Institute of Engineers, right? Already, how many are the members of IT? All are members of Institute of Engineers. So, Institute of Engineers is a technical body that where to conduct various activities in the college for the student personality development and technical views and how you are improving your knowledge in the latest technologies. Right? So when you are having such type of activities in our college, so today I think you know the importance of the meeting is energy conservation and its impact. Right? So already this issue is raised right, by the central government and they are putting into the Viksit Bharat 2047. So you know that 2047, there where the aim of this is to make India is pollution free. Right? So what is the pollution, where you are going to get lot of pollution? So from where you are getting lot of pollution? Right? So wastage of industries, right? And also transportation. So now you see that our transportation we are using the petrol and diesel, right? So petrol and diesel, these are the energy sources which are giving lot of pollution when we are using the vehicles. So the vehicle standards also have to improve. So you know that the standardization of the vehicles also they are going to improve that and to give very low pollution. Right? So in that direction, so we have to see that to reduce the usage of diesel and petrol, such that we have to go in the other direction, that is reduce the electrical vehicles. Right? So electrical vehicles, you know, right? So it is nothing but using of the battery. So battery is the main source for the electrical vehicles. But how you are going to get the battery charger? Right? So you see that in your cell phone, you have a very small battery and you are charging every day so that you are using. But what happened for the big vehicles? The two-wheeler, four-wheeler, five-wheeler, big vehicles. When you want to use the battery, so the battery system is very expensive now, right? And also it needs lot of technology, right? So when you see that usage of this battery now, you know there are the two types, the liquid type and the solid state. So the solid state battery, we are using the different rare chemicals that we are using. Previously we are using that the liquid, right? So now it becomes that lithium-ion project that we are using. And also in which there is a different layers they are using. And recently the Samsung is also told that we are using silver in the lithium layer, such that we are going to use the batteries for longer recharging. Right? So and also the charging also becomes very fast, and also recharging is so that our battery can be used for long life. Right? So nowadays see that the batteries are used for only 4 years or 5 years lifetime. Right? Once you but it is going to increase to 10 years or 15 years. So we can use the different technology. So therefore there is a lot of technology development, right? And because of the choosing of material, choosing of the different layers, right? And to make the battery body is also very important. Similarly, how the renewable energy is also very using, right? Where you want to get the energy directly, and from that you can resist where you are using. So these also have a lot of development in that. So therefore, you can see the latest developments, what is happening, right? And how the different technologies are going to use. Right? And one more also we have that called hydrogen cell. Right? So hydrogen is also one of the pollution-free energy source, right? That where we can use the vehicles.
Especially for girls, for lecturers, and also for other college members. Like cyber security is next couple of college. So definitely next time with amazing speakers, I'll be here seeing you all. So thank you so much for this opportunity. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, madam. Now comes the most important part of today's program. Let me welcome my friend Ramesh Kumar as he comes up to tell us more about our chief guest.
So good morning everyone. It's a privilege to introduce our chief guest, Dr. Venkata, founder and CEO of Avera, e-mobility and battery energy storage system. He is highly accomplished and innovative entrepreneur, driven by unwavering passion for technology and businesses. As the esteemed founder and chief executive officer of Avera, India's pioneering electrical scooter manufacturing unit based in Andhra Pradesh. He has steered the company towards unparalleled success in the development and production of cutting-edge and eco-friendly transportation solutions, with a remarkable expertise in managing all the business aspects, development ranging from product innovation to quality control and market segmentation. Dr. Ramana has led Avera to emerge as frontrunner in electrical vehicle industry, aiming to deliver robust revenue and profit even in the highly anticipated markets. Beyond his business acumen, Dr. Integration. His genuine leadership makes a positive impact on the environment and society, leading the establishment of Avera comprehensive clean mobility ecosystem. His visionary approach towards incorporating green energy for domestic usage from solar power, with a deep understanding of technology and unwavering commitment to solar energy solutions. Solar energy for domestic usage further underscores his commitment to create. Dr. Ramana stands as the driving force behind Avera's continued growth and remarkable success. His profound contribution to the electrical vehicle industry and his vision for a more sustainable future has earned him a well-deserved reputation as a leading figure in sustainable mobility and solar energy solutions. Under his inspiring leadership, Avera is poised to revolutionize the transportation landscape and drive the adoption of renewable energy, creating a legacy of innovation, sustainability, and a positive change in the world. Thank you for having me here. Thank you.
Thank you, Ramesh, for your valuable information about our guest. Now I invite Dr. Venkata to deliver the guest lecture. Please welcome him with a huge round of applause.
And you highlighted about the importance of the studio, right? But rather, I put my efforts on integrating you people, something to be done. There are so many AI tools available in front of you, right? Like, you just go to the like ChatGPT or DeepSeek or any such a thing, and you input. Just introduce me with the background what they mentioned about me. I'm the founder of this second startup which is called Avera, which is primarily into manufacturing of lead fuels, especially in the category of L2, L3, L5 category. The reason I'm giving technical specifications is that because as we hail from typically because we hail from software section, that means we only give the upper layer. But you are the people who comes into the real world giving the basics of which we build the products. Like if you ask the related about electronics, like the BMS technology, which is a very crucial, important component for any battery module. Like it is the driving force of any energy systems. Like there are a lot of articles available in the market. Like either you design the schematics on a whole from the mother chain architecture or any kind of thing. Electronics are the fundamental key aspect for any system. And next thing is that if you look at the modern technology also, There are a lot of electronic component goes into motor also. Like I think I'm sure about the all sensors, right? There are different types of all sensors available in the market, where some of the component goes into motor also. So keeping these things into consideration, I don't want to put much my efforts on the key topic, but I will rather because my team work put up the background of the technology factors which influence us to come into this particular field. Our startup is into facial technology. Again, which is into technology company only, technology products, which is yeah. First of all, thank you so much, Institute of Engineers and BBA University for facilitating for today's session. And it's a big honor for us to come on the dais and not on the subject, not on the theme, but which is close to our heart, energy sector, and which is a driving force for us, and at the same time, which is a big driving force for a developing country like India. Because if we see that the enthusiasm and everything which we even I'm sure that by the time ourselves are in a very desperate mode of exploring the international markets and understanding the international standards. The reason about giving the real inputs about our journey for last, especially the aware of last 6 years of time and the face of our last almost like 9 years of time is that because you need to understand where we are standing now and at the same time where the growth approach. And I want my session not to be a lecture for you. I want everyone to take some key takeaways, and as a co-founder mentioned about everywhere we go, we interact with students, we feel that rather than we give something, we take a lot of inputs so that it adds value addition to our product, which gives you improvement and which stands on the top of the radar for the industry we hail from. As the session indicates that energy conservation and climate change impact in today's world. As I said, the energy is one of the key fundamental for not only for us, for the India as a global change. Now, as we see that India is so aspiring country, as we do at every level, and right now, different data shows us that we are number 3 in terms of GDP, in terms of economy, in terms of global manufacturing, in terms of a lot of things. But we need to understand certain key factors that what is lacking at every stage that we are, why you are not able to go to number 2 or number 1. When you consider number 2 as China, when you consider number 1 as US. So what are the learnings we take ourselves from these two nations in respect to everything? Like we take a lot of inputs from China. So the thing is that we are having a small discussion with sir also in this chapter. The thing is that even though we make a lot of energy packs in-house, but one of the key important thing is that the whole component cell. What about the cell? Do we source locally? No. At least do we have technology to produce it in the near future? No. I'm sure that a lot of organizations, especially startups, working on those things, but the key thing lies with respect to the policies from every place. So if we can understand this particular ladder, we can evaluate ourselves that where do we want to sit. The reason I'm giving example is because that out of so many, you are sitting here, right? Some people will think that why I'm sitting here. Some people will feel that you will be the any question for me to answer, to get the query from the answer. So, at the end of the day, if you are able to understand that how the profile wants to be, because sir highlighted about this kind of seminars, lecturers, lot of activities what we do, it has to give you some kind of validation to your profile building. Because when you come from school to engineering college, from there passing every moment will give you lot of what's called that itself shows that what's called by the time you come into the real world as a student, because every moment we interact with someone, we try to understand that what is the new learning we can get. Of course, at the end of the day, if you can at least get 0.001% from your everyday life, that itself is a big validation for your entire journey of your career. And next thing is that I'm sure that everybody says that I'm not going to question you like how do you want to be independent because this is a technology like electronics, especially with respect to prompt industry. Everywhere you will have some kind of specialized slot. So if you see that the reason is very simple. When we started first startup in 2000, by the time we launched a product in 2019 with Avera, and how energy is impacting with every level because it has given a lot of pressure on what kind of systems this technology can be available. You have to work on the technology. The chemistry is not important for you because of the degree background. But if you can understand the technology, like in the previous slide, we were able to see the scene using the magnetic clock. That means again a small motherboard chip is coming so that how we can operate it through the cloud or the phone using Bluetooth or some other technologies. And again, in the last, if you see the gate modes, again, if you want to work on those things, all the gate systems, again, the smart current flow, there is a small control chip which is embedded onto the scooter. For the using pattern of the driver, which is who is driving the scooter, it changes the current flow from the PMS to the main control unit. Lot of small components have been embedded to the scooter. Next one, please. Yeah, next one. Yeah. This is also key on working scooter category in the world, which is scooter, where the speed goes like 120, 140 with 500 kilometers, but it is not an Indian market. But I'm sure that by the time we come into Europe and other markets like Russia, India will get the opportunity to launch this product also. Next slide, please. These are some of the lab working models for the sports model, but we want to go slow because the reason is that as I learned about solid state, torque is using a lot of instant current to source to the control unit so that it can give lot of power to the motor. Next slide. Next. The reason I want to talk about psychological is differentiation factor. This is the first college I started, I think, a couple of years back at one of the stations at Vijayawada, where we want to showcase that whether the scooter is green or not, and next to showcase that whether the scooter is green source or not. So we kept solar, which is a normal thing. We source it, we produce the power, and we store it in the energy storage systems, and we use the scooter with the green, where the power is conserved, and it can advance the climatic price at universities, some other price. If you go to fuel station, you have to spend more than so that the cost hydrogen should be at par with these things. Otherwise, it will affect to any product that is willing for the world. So all these things happen. We understand that a small idea from anywhere to anywhere can showcase you on top of where you want to be. That's very important. I want to mention at this point of time. So, as you are from electronics department, I want to put some energy on certain factors like when I mentioned the brake, it automatically detects certain sensors are embedded onto the system like a LiDAR or radar. It applies. It tries to conserve as much energy as it can. That means the car is embedded only with the accelerator. Did we imagine this a long time when the car was built initially? No. How can somebody can drive without clutch? Now how can the car go without a brake? Now my question comes is, can we build a scooter without a brake? The real challenge comes. Next, autonomous. Some of the cars, of course, it's a lot of technology has come in Indian market. Some of the cars like Tesla or Audi autonomous, can we build a scooter? That means that you have to drive the scooter, leave it has to go and start on its own. But the moment you come, take your phone without a key, it has to come to your phone, then go. So these are the very important, crucial factors where you people can work on very seriously so that you will be part of our journey. That means that you need not become us. We will come to you with these challenges. You will give us small suggestions where we can embed into our product. Next, efficiency. As I mentioned about the braking system, right? All these factors will come and impact on the efficiency of the product. That means directly, indirectly, you're working on the conservation of the energy, which is the biggest asset for any product. Next, I just touch upon the chemistry, which is not important for you, but for us is very important. Touch wood, until now, I have never had any kind of fire incident or smoke incident with the battery. Because one of the key challenges everybody comes to mind is that, is it safe to drive? How long it will drive? So these are challenges we worked on in earlier stages. So we tied hands with one of the renowned institution in the world, which is called CMAC, where they produce LFP cells. Right now we are making a battery packs with the CMAC cells which goes into the battery. That is the reason, even today there is no any kind of, this kind of abnormal issues happening in this one, because it's a common thing, because you need to understand the road conditions, reality conditions in today's market, then only you are able to make the product. So one of the key chemistry we work on is LFP, and we are trying to work on, as earlier time we are working on hydrogen also, but it takes another like 5 to 7 years of time to get a product itself. And next, one of the key important factors is, as I mentioned about the smartphone. Smartphone is one thing, app is one thing, but this has to work with all the power control units which is embedded on the scooter. That means again electronics plays a crucial role. One of the speakers talked about the silver. Silver is one form. The other is that if you look at the semiconductor industry developing, semiconductor is growing very abnormal growth. Earlier we used to use gold. Before that something, but now technology innovated in such a way that we can, the silver usage has grown at a different stage. There is a reason, if you look at the cost of silver, maybe a year back, maybe I'm not sure about the cost, like 90,000 rupees per kg. Today is like 2.5 lakh. That means that semiconductor technology improving that level. Everybody wants to be at a safe side for the rest of the electronic cost of going to product. The next technology goes into the silica. The beauty part we are lying in here, Gunturu or Krishna or AP is that the entire east coast, we have a rare earth silica which goes into battery, which goes into renewable energy and the solar, which goes into semiconductor also. I think recently, a couple of weeks back, government made a new norm, new policy, sourcing of this particular silica rather than export, we want to refine it here, which goes into this product. That means that if someone is working on these components related to silica and semiconductor, again it's a very big value addition, not as a product, with respect to the value addition of the product, everyone is trying to build on. Yeah, PESS and so yeah, I'm done with the presentation. I'm sure that I've touched on the theme of the product, but I want some questions from you. Maybe it is takeaway for me, not for you. I'm ready to take questions from you, please.
Good afternoon, sir. I'm Amina from second year Stability Department.
Thank you, please.
Sir, I have one question. My question is that when once batteries are fully charged, when there is over access of the energy in it, what will be the impact on the batteries?
There is no impact as such because what you spoke about is the old technology, like the lead acid battery. What sir mentioned about the liquid method, right? There is no system called BMS. Those days, I'm going to say, even though the technology was there, we are not able to afford it. But in all the EVs, especially from two-wheeler, three-wheeler, four-wheeler to any technology, to airplanes and to satellites, this BMS plays a crucial role that how it has to charge, how it has to discharge, as per the algorithm program done by you or me or anyone. So there is no question of overcharge or over discharge. It will control at any point of time, depending upon not on the current flow, depending upon the every condition like temperatures inside, outside, the current flow, what's called, these things. Yeah.
Is there any limit, sir, that battery will be, is there certain amount of the limit that the battery will be charged at this only?
No, typically on a safer side, if you take case of Avera and not other companies, normally we suggest that depending upon this is winter, we suggest them to stop at 90%. But during the peak summer times, we send a message to our customers, to our partners or dealers, stop at 80%. But typically, even though automatically we stop charging at 70% because we need to understand the structure of the LFP chemistry. So 17 is the upper limit, bottom limit is I think 11%, I think so 11% bottom limit. So at any point of time, energy will be there throughout the lifetime. So that is the reason, it's a very good point. Before someone asks, what happens the lifetime of the battery? Let us say we define a lifetime like 5 years, 7 years or 10 years. The good thing in this technology is that after this also there is second life of the battery, not for the EV industry, for the telecom industry, for the storage industry, for the inverter battery technology, all those industries for the second life. Maybe in another 3-4 years time, I am sure that there will be third life also. So these are the advantages if you are working on today. It will help you for the future energy conservation programs which can reduce the impact on the climate also. These things, yeah.
Thank you, sir. It was nice and
Thank
clear.
you.
Good afternoon, sir. I am Sarah from Tripoli. So, as climate change affects the power system, so batteries show trouble in starting, like bikes when starting after a heavy rain. So it shows trouble also. Is there any alternative for this problem?
No, as you rightly mentioned, that is a problem with the lead-acid battery which is embedded under the scooter or motorcycle. But things are working on to replace that particular with the newer chemistries like LFP or something. But the challenge is that cost also we need to, because every manufacturer wants to work on cost. If they can replace with any, already some companies like Kia and Hyundai, from the Hyundai family, started replacing with the traditional lead acid to lithium. And the German companies like BMW, Benz already replaced this starting battery. It's called starting batteries, which is typical 2 volts or 22 volts. They all start replacing it. But 2 wheelers and 3 wheelers we need to wait for some more time because of cost factor.
What is the solution for present production?
That every manufacturer has to work on those things, we are not sure. But it's a good thing because you have made a problem statement, right? If you can go back, work with you personally with a couple of your friends, during the second life, if somebody wants after like, I think the average life of the petrol battery is like 2 to 3 years, I'm not sure about those things. If you can go back to the big dealers around this area, Gunturu, Vijayawada is known for automotive hub for, it's called not repairing, it is called renovating. Like all the South Indian trucks I used to listen, come to Autonagar because Autonagar is one of the biggest industries for engine refurbishment, where they replace the lighters, all those things. Maybe you can work on those things. It's a suggestion only. Maybe the second life, rather than going with the lead acid, you can replace them with the lithium or some other technologies where these problem statements it can be addressed very easily.
Thank you, sir.
Good afternoon, sir. I am Sukumar, attended from the BC section. In electrical vehicles, there will be batteries. In batteries, in some cases, the battery gets heated and bursts out. There will be some precautions for
Yeah, as I earlier mentioned also, it all depends upon the watt chemistry. One of the key challenges the fire accidents happen in India. One is abnormal temperatures located in some places. Even Vijayawada, Guntur also noted like 40, 43 degrees sometimes in summer. And next thing is, if you are not able to ever mention the thing, even though cooling systems, as rightly mentioned, the temperature itself will go more than 55. But all the cells has been designed to occur 25 degrees temperature. we can go to max 35. But practically in the scooter, you cannot keep any cooling system. For your motorcycles also, not scooters, motorcycles will have a radiator, which is nothing but oil cooled or water cooled with a big fan. That means that during certain times, some external force has to come to cool the thing. So we worked on aluminum alloy with the fin system, the same technology which is going to LED, where the dissipation is happening at the top layer, but it's not throwing it out. We throw it out with the fin technology, where we try to keep as cool as possible. And on the worst case scenario also, there will be fire. I'm not sure about what is the technical term. It bursts automatically. So that the external, which is the capacity is there, it automatically goes out actually. So there will be a lot of safety measures, not with respect to manufacture, with respect to policies also. So if you're working with the right chemistry, right BNS technology, right cooling methods from the external body temperatures from the cell level, it won't impact any kind of thing. Now, it's very much safe, but there will be one or two cases happening around the world, but it happens in every technology. It's not about the electric vehicles, it happens in the traditional ICE also. You'll see the fire accidents. It's not because when something catches on the diesel or fuel, it catches fire. The same thing applies here, but technology advancement is happening in such a way that it keeps intact with all these things for the safety measures. But one of the key factors for any EV company is that safety. Then comes the technology. Safety is one of the key aspects we keep in mind all the time. Thank you.
Thank you.
గుడ్ మార్నింగ్ సార్ నా క్వశ్చన్ ఏంటంటే నాలాంటి ఒక ఇండివిజువల్ రూమ్లో ఉండే ఇండివిజువల్ ఒక ఎనర్జీని ఎలా కన్సర్వ్ చేయగలరు అండ్ సెకండ్ క్వశ్చన్ మీన్స్ కాలేజ్లో ఎలాంటి ప్రాక్టీసెస్ ఇంప్లిమెంట్ చేస్తే మనం ఎనర్జీ కన్సర్వ్ చేసుకోగలరు అండ్ థర్డ్ క్వశ్చన్ మీన్స్ మనం ఢిల్లీ ఎయిర్ క్వాలిటీ ఇండెక్స్ చూస్తే మోర్ దెన్ 400 దాటిపోయింది. దానికి ఒక మెయిన్ రీజన్ వచ్చేసి వెహికల్ చూడదు. అంటే ఎనర్జీ కన్సర్వేషన్ అనేది ఎలాంటి రోల్ ప్లే చేస్తుంది ఆ క్వాలిటీ ఎయిర్ క్వాలిటీ ఇండెక్స్ పెంచడానికి అక్కడ ఢిల్లీలో ఇక్కడ?
The subject what you spoke about Delhi is a big subject which I also don't have any control because it's been happening with a lot of things and of course political things are talking about. But the good thing is that మీరు ఉన్న ఒక ఇంట్లో కానీ రూమ్లో తీసుకుంటే how effectively you can conserve energy. Typically, let us say you have a cell phone. It's a common thing. How effectively you are able to charge your phone. Someone will charge your phone throughout the night. Someone will charge. There is a pre-programmed tool in the phone saying that I want my phone charged up to 75% only. It has to start from our mind. From there you come to your college. College వచ్చిన తర్వాత నేను అర్థం చేశాను, ఓ ఇక్కడ ఎల్ఈడి లైట్ ఉందా, ఇక్కడ డీసీ కంట్రోల్ ఏసీ ఉందా, అంటే డీసీ కంట్రోల్ అంటే డీసీ ఇన్వర్టర్ విచ్ ఇస్ లైక్ నార్మల్ డీసీ మోడల్ అంటే వేర్ ద పవర్ ఇస్ వెరీ కన్జర్వేటివ్. మై లెర్నింగ్ షుడ్ బి సచ్ ఎ వే సేయింగ్ దట్ అక్కడ ఫోన్ మొదలు పెట్టి మైండ్ లైటింగ్ ఎలా ఉంది, డే టైంలో ఎంత లైట్ తగ్గించి వాడచ్చు, డే టైంలో. నెక్స్ట్ మా యూనివర్సిటీలో రెన్యూబుల్ ఎనర్జీ వాడుతున్నారు. నేనేమో షిఫ్ట్ అవ్వచ్చా, నాకు బయట ఎక్స్టర్నల్ గా ఎటువంటి సపోర్ట్ ఇస్తున్నారు. ఓ గవర్నమెంట్ ఒక 5 కిలోవాట్ వరకు సమ్ స్కీమ్ ఇస్ దేర్ విత్ రెస్పెక్ట్ టు నేషనల్ మొబిలిటీ మిషన్ అండ్ ఎంఎన్ఆర్ఈ స్కీమ్స్ ఉన్నాయి. సో స్మాల్ థింగ్ లైక్ ఫోన్ మొదలు పెట్టి, ఇంట్లో లైట్ మొదలు పెట్టి, ఇంట్లో ఫ్యాన్, ఇంట్లో ఏసీ, getting proper lighting from windows, air circulation from again windows, again మళ్ళీ పవర్ జాగ్రత్త వాడుకోవడానికి మార్నింగ్ పూట నేను సోలార్ ఇంట్లో పెట్టుకోవచ్చా, ఎంతో పెట్టుకోవచ్చు. దట్ ఇంపాక్ట్ డైరెక్ట్లీ బికాస్ నా పవర్ బిల్ అంతా తగ్గించి వాడతాను. నేను కాలేజ్ నుంచి ఇంటి నుంచి కాలేజ్కి వెళ్తున్నాను 2 వీలర్లో. సో నేను 3 వీలర్ ఏం చేయలేము, మనం 4 వీలర్ బస్సెస్ ఏం చేయలేము బికాస్ ఆఫ్ ద హ్యూజ్ ఇన్వెస్ట్మెంట్ అట్ ద కెపాక్స్ లెవెల్. Scooter నేను షిఫ్ట్ అవ్వచ్చా? I'm not asking to shift it to electric scooter, electric motorcycle. But ఆ థాట్ ప్రాసెస్ స్టార్ట్ అయితే నేను ఒక్కటే ఎంతో స్కూటర్ మీద నేను ఆబ్వియస్లీ అందరికీ బైక్ పోలింగ్ స్కూటర్ పోలింగ్ చేస్తారు. ఇన్స్టెడ్ ఆఫ్ గోయింగ్ వన్ ఐ ఆస్క్ మై ఫ్రెండ్ టు టేక్ మై స్కూటర్ ఆల్సో, సో దట్ ఒకళ్ళు ఇద్దరు వెళ్ళి 2 స్కూటర్ బదులు ఒక స్కూటర్ మీద వెళ్ళొచ్చా. ఎందుకు కాలేజ్ బస్సెస్ స్టార్ట్ చేసి యూనివర్సిటీ బస్సెస్ స్టార్ట్ చేస్తే ఇట్స్ నాట్ అబౌట్ గెటింగ్ యూ ఫ్రమ్ హోమ్ comfortable timing, pool చేయడం because you will be staying away like 1 hour drive from your university. All these things, small things matter. ఇది ఎనర్జీకి ఒకటే ఎనర్జీ కాదు. ఎవ్రీథింగ్ యూ డూ అట్ యువర్ హోమ్ will definitely you will part of your energy conservation. Next, you part of the climate change effect from your level also. We have to back kaapatadu. Inga AQ antara AQ is not only about only from the vehicles. Vehicles play 25% role. I'm sure about it. Maintenance the vehicles also very much important. Because మనం ఏం చేస్తామంటే పెట్రోల్ స్కూటర్ కూడా చెప్తారు 10,000 kilometers 5,000 kilometers కి ఇంజిన్ ఆయిల్ చేంజ్ చేసుకొని వెళ్తుంటారు. But those things also we have to keep in mind. It has to come from your brain and heart duty in society. What is hard is other start. So yeah, conservation to climate change effect. Thank you.
Good afternoon, sir. I am Ashwani from CNHUB. Sir, in past we are using lead-acid batteries in the utilities. Presently we are using lithium-ion batteries. What if we are using silicon batteries in electrical vehicles?
No, it's not called silicon batteries actually. ఇందాక చెప్పినట్టు ఈస్టర్న్ అంటే అవుట్ ఆఫ్ వరల్డ్ లో సోర్సెస్ వేరే అవుతుంటాయి. మనకున్న అద్భుతమైన సోర్స్ ఏంటంటే సీసామ్, దట్ ఓన్లీ ఈస్ట్ కోస్ట్ ఫ్రమ్ చెన్నై టు కోల్కతా వరకు. దాంట్లో దొరుకుతున్న సిలికా కాంపౌండ్ ఇంపార్టెంట్. దాంతోపాటు సూర్యుడు దొరుకుతుంది మనకి. ఇట్స్ నాట్ అ రేర్ ఎర్త్, but very important component which goes to the battery. Now already, I don't reveal the company name, official I know Soledo. నేను పర్సనల్గా సోడియం బ్యాటరీ చూసాను. where the salt sodium went from Indian coastline to Japan, then the battery went to Korea, and I have driven the car also. So మీరు అన్నది ఏంటంటే సిలికా అయితే రెన్యూబుల్ చేస్తుంది, బట్ సోడియం వెళ్ళిపోతుంది. సోడియం అయితే మాత్రం సోడియం బ్యాటరీస్ ఉన్నాయి. But advanced happening in a very big way. It's not about lithium or lead acid or something. Technology innovation is happening in solid state batteries, and happening at hydrogen level, all those things. But next 2 to 3 years, you can see the sodium battery, where the cost will be like 1/4 the cost of the lithium, which you are seeing now. Cheaper than the lead acid also. Lead acid is the cheapest one available in the market, but it will be cheaper than the lead acid also in the 2 to 3 years time. Maybe we will first come to introduce sodium battery also. Yeah. How many of you started using EVs? Oh, sorry, you people come with bus, right? Oh, చాలా దూరం ఉంటారు కాబట్టి. ఎవరైనా ఇంట్లో ఉన్నాయా EVs? ఇది 2-wheeler చూస్తున్నారా? స్కూటర్స్, ఆటోస్, కార్స్ చూస్తున్నారా with EV specs? Transformation happening in a very big way. That indicates that thought starting. దాని ఎగ్జాంపుల్ లైట్లు, ఈ ఏసీలు, మన సోలార్ ప్యానెల్లు, ఈ దాంట్లో ఇక్కడ వాల్యుయేషన్ ఇందాక చేయడం చెప్పాను. అన్ని కంపెనీస్ ఏం చేస్తాయంటే దే కమ్ విత్ బ్యూటిఫుల్ వాల్యుయేషన్ మాట వచ్చి వాళ్ళ ప్రోడక్ట్ యాడ్ చేస్తారు. దే రెప్లికేట్ ద కాస్ట్ లైక్ 2x, 3x, 4x, 10x. దట్స్ ఇట్. సో వి కీప్ దెమ్ ఆన్ ద టాప్ ఆఫ్ ద ర్యాంక్. I think so we can conversation, right? Thank you so much once again. It's a great opportunity for me. Thanks to Vivek University. Thank you so much. I'm sure that everyone will go back home with some takeaway. Not with respect to EV, with respect to something, so that you should get back to our facility saying that these are the things you want to do at your facility. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for such an enlightening session. Now I request our respected dignitaries to kindly felicitate Dr. C.V. Sriram Garu, FIE, immediate chairman of IA Andhra Pradesh State Center.
వస్తాడు
Now I would like to invite all the faculty members and IA volunteers to the stage for a group photo. For making this guest lecture a grand success. I hope you all found this lecture as informative and inspirational. Now I kindly request everyone to please rise for the next announcement.
Tava